Hello, curious mind. Today, we're going to answer a fascinating question from one of our viewers. This question intrigued us so much that we decided to investigate it thoroughly to give you a complete and detailed answer. We love it when our viewers send us their questions and curiosities, as it allows us to explore interesting topics and share knowledge with all of you. So, without further ado, let's dive into this question and discover the answer together. In this video, we will explore how much a 154-pound person weighs on each of the planets in the solar system and how that variation in gravity could affect our body. First, let's consider Earth, where gravity is 9.8 meters per second squared. Here, a 154-pound person weighs exactly 154 pounds. But what happens when we move to other planets? Each planet offers a unique experience due to its different gravitational forces. Ready for a space adventure? Let's start our journey with Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun. Mercury has a gravity of approximately 3.7 meters per second squared. What does this mean? Well, if you weigh 154 pounds on Earth, on Mercury, your weight would be approximately 58 pounds. With such low gravity, you would feel as light as a feather. You could jump much higher and move much more easily. Of course, in the long term, the lack of gravity could also affect the health of your bones and muscles. Mercury presents us with unique challenges. Since it is so close to the Sun, temperatures can reach up to 806 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, but then drop to minus 328 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Furthermore, the lack of a significant atmosphere makes life on Mercury an extreme challenge, but not impossible to imagine with the right technology. Can you imagine what it would be like to live and work on a planet so different from Earth? Exploring Mercury could give us valuable clues about how to adapt to other hostile worlds. If you want to know more about life in space, leave your comments. We are going to Venus, a fascinating planet full of challenges. Venus has a gravity of 8.87 meters per second squared. What does this mean? Imagine you weigh 154 pounds on Earth. On Venus, you would weigh about 140 pounds. Although the gravity is similar to ours, we would still feel a little lighter. This could make us get tired faster and moving would be a bit more difficult. But gravity is not the only challenge on Venus. The temperatures on its surface are extremely high. They can reach up to 867 degrees Fahrenheit. In addition, the atmosphere is full of carbon dioxide and has clouds of sulfuric acid, so the air is not suitable for breathing at all. And as if that were not enough, the atmospheric pressure on the surface of Venus is 92 times greater than that of Earth. It's like being 2,952 feet underwater. However, it's not all bad news. Some scientists believe that we could build floating cities in the atmosphere of Venus, where conditions are much more pleasant. About 31 miles above the surface, the temperature and pressure are more similar to those on Earth. These cities could float using balloons filled with a breathable gas, creating a habitable environment for humans. Exploring Venus could teach us a lot about how to survive in extreme conditions and develop new technologies to live on other planets. So, do you dare to dream of living in a floating city on Venus? At our next destination, we are going to Mars. Mars has a gravity of 3.71 meters per second squared. What does this mean? That your weight on Mars would be around 58 pounds. Just like on Mercury, you would feel much lighter. Moving would be easier, but beware, low gravity could affect your bones and muscles in the long run. Mars is known as the red planet because of its characteristic color. Do you know why it has that color? Because of the iron oxide on its surface. Although temperatures on Mars are much colder than on Earth, with an average of minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit, there are areas near the equator that can reach 68 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. The atmosphere of Mars is super thin and is composed mainly of carbon dioxide. We couldn't breathe there without a spacesuit. But don't worry, with the right technology, we could build pressurized habitats where humans could live and work. And that's not all. Mars also has seasons like Earth. Thanks to its axial tilt, we could experience Martian summers and winters. Of course, dust storms on Mars are huge and can last for weeks. They would cover the entire planet and affect visibility and solar power systems. Exploring Mars will not only help us better understand our planetary neighbor, but it could also be the first step in colonizing other worlds. With missions like those of NASA and SpaceX, we are getting closer to making the dream of living on Mars a reality. Can you imagine what your life would be like on Mars? Would you like to discover the secrets that the red planet hides? Don't miss our video about Mars, where we reveal amazing facts that will leave you speechless. Now we are headed to a fascinating planet, Jupiter. This gas giant has many surprises and challenges in store for us. Imagine this. With a gravity of 24.79 meters per second squared, a 154-pound person on Earth would weigh 389 pounds on Jupiter. Moving would be quite an odyssey, and watch out for your health. Such strong gravity could be very harmful, but the challenges don't end there. Jupiter, being gaseous, does not have a solid surface to explore. Its dense atmosphere, composed mainly of hydrogen and helium, is home to immense storms such as the Great Red Spot, larger than Earth and active for at least 400 years. In addition, Jupiter emits very intense radiation due to its powerful magnetic field. Without adequate protection, this radiation would be deadly to us. However, not everything is so extreme. The moons of Jupiter offer us hope. One of the most interesting is Europa, with its layer of ice that, according to scientists, hides a liquid ocean. Can you imagine? Maybe it harbors extraterrestrial life. Living on Jupiter is practically impossible, but its moons could be an incredible place to explore and, who knows, even colonize in the future. Scientists are eager to send missions to unravel the secrets they hold. What about you? Would you dare to live on the moons of Jupiter? What wonders do you think we could find in those distant worlds? After our trip to Jupiter and its fascinating moons, we are now heading towards Saturn. With a gravity of 10.44 meters per second squared, if you weigh 154 pounds on Earth, on Saturn you would weigh about 165 pounds. On Saturn you would feel heavier than on our planet, which could make everyday tasks more difficult and make your body tire more easily. But Saturn is much more than its gravity. This planet is famous for its impressive rings, formed by particles of ice and rock that vary in size, from small grains to house-sized boulders. Imagine the beauty of contemplating those rings up close. Although Saturn is a gas giant like Jupiter, its rings and moons offer unique opportunities for exploration. One of Saturn's most intriguing moons is Titan. With its thick nitrogen-rich atmosphere and lakes of liquid methane, Titan is a completely different world from ours. Scientists believe that extremophile life forms could exist in this inhospitable environment. We also have Enceladus, an ice-covered moon that spews geysers of water into space, suggesting the presence of a subterranean ocean. Living on Saturn itself would be a major challenge due to its lack of a solid surface and its harsh atmospheric conditions. However, its moons present a fascinating opportunity for future exploration missions, and who knows, even for colonization. Can you imagine walking on the surface of Titan or exploring the geysers of Enceladus? What do you think? Do you think we could find life on Saturn's moons? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's continue this exciting adventure together. Have you ever wondered how much you would weigh on Uranus? Let's find out together. On Uranus, with a gravity of 8.69 meters per second squared, you would weigh 137 pounds if you weigh 154 pounds on Earth. You would feel a little lighter than on our planet, but not as much as on Mars or Mercury. Uranus has an extreme tilt, which makes its seasons very long. Imagine what it would be like to live with such long winters. In addition, its atmosphere is composed mainly of hydrogen and helium, with a little methane that gives it that characteristic blue color. Living on Uranus would be quite a challenge due to the extremely cold temperatures and the lack of a solid surface. However, exploring this ice giant would offer us a unique perspective of a world completely different from ours. Can you imagine experiencing those long winters and seeing a sky tinged blue by methane? Living on Uranus would be an otherworldly experience, full of challenges but also incredible discoveries. Would you dare to explore this frozen giant? Let's continue traveling through the solar system. Now we are going to travel to the depths of the solar system to find out how much you would weigh on the fascinating Neptune. If you weigh 154 pounds on Earth, on Neptune you would weigh about 175 pounds. This is because Neptune has a gravity of 11.15 meters per second squared, greater than that of our planet. You would feel heavier. Neptune is famous for its incredibly strong winds, the fastest in the entire solar system. They reach speeds of up to 1,242 miles per hour. Its atmosphere is composed mainly of hydrogen, helium, and methane, which gives it that intense blue color that characterizes it. In addition, Neptune has a ring system and several moons, Triton being the largest. Living on Neptune would be a major challenge due to its extreme climate, high atmospheric pressure, and very low temperatures. In short, Neptune is a fascinating place but not very welcoming to human life. Imagine feeling the pressure of much stronger gravity and facing the fastest winds in the solar system. Despite the challenges, exploring Neptune would give us a unique perspective of a world so different from ours. Would you dare to venture into this blue giant? Tell us in the comments what you think. Thank you for joining us on this cosmic adventure. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more amazing content. See you soon with new curiosities.